Nancy Guthrie, the 84-year-old matriarch whose sudden disappearance from her Tucson home has captured national attention, was not the woman everyone believed. For more than 3 decades, she led a secret life so carefully concealed that even her closest family members, including her famous daughter Savannah, never glimpsed the truth. Her recent vanishing, followed by a mysterious package at the Guthrie family doorstep, exposed a parallel existence filled with passion, art, and secrecy. The story of Nancy's double life is one of love, rebellion, and calculated concealment, challenging the perfect image the public held for decades. The life of a Tucson matriarch, Nancy Guthrie, was the embodiment of resilience after her husband Charles died of a heart attack in 1989, leaving her a widow at 47 with 3 teenagers. Her modest ranch-style home in Tucson became a haven of stability, while she worked part-time as a bookkeeper and volunteered at her church. Friends remember her as quietly strong and endlessly giving. She balanced raising Savannah, Annie, and Cam with grace, instilling faith, humor, and determination. To outsiders, Nancy was the ultimate mother, the unflappable rock behind her children's achievements, especially Savannah, whose rise in journalism seemed fueled by her mother's steady guidance. A mysterious package. On February 6, 2026, 5 days after Nancy vanished, Savannah received an unmarked envelope in New York. Inside was a faded photograph of a young Nancy with an unknown man outside a Santa Fe cafe. On the back, in unfamiliar handwriting, were the words, "She deserved more than secrets. Ask about Elena." The photo was dated 1992, 3 years after Charles's death. Savannah shared it immediately with Annie and Cam, leaving them bewildered. Questions about the man and Elena were impossible to answer. This photograph would become the first tangible clue in uncovering Nancy's decades-long secret, revealing a hidden world that had existed alongside her Tucson life, the Santa Fe connection. Nancy's secret began in 1991 during a rare solo trip to Santa Fe for a church retreat. Grieving her husband, she met Victor Ramirez, a 45-year-old artist and gallery owner originally from Mexico City. Victor's free-spirited, artistic life was a stark contrast to the structured routine Nancy maintained in Tucson. Both widowed, they connected over shared grief, forming a bond that grew into romance. Returning home, Nancy buried the connection beneath her responsibilities as a single mother, yet the weekend trips to Santa Fe continued, hidden from her children. She claimed they were church retreats or visits with friends, while secretly building a second life under the name Elena. Elena, a second identity. Victor nicknamed Nancy Elena after a character in a Mexican novel, symbolizing her hidden passion. Under this alias, she helped run Victor's gallery and even created paintings, a pursuit she had never explored in Tucson. By 1995, her secret life had deepened. Nancy opened a small bank account under Elena Ramirez, funneling modest amounts from her bookkeeping job to support Victor's gallery. She immersed herself in a community of artists and writers, exploring freedom, creativity, and self-expression. Elena was adventurous, unrestrained, and unburdened by the image of widowhood she maintained for her children, who were unaware of the rich alternate life their mother was living. Balancing 2 worlds. Nancy balanced Tucson duties with Santa Fe adventures for decades. Tucson Nancy attended church, hosted family gatherings, and called Savannah with advice like, "Stay grounded, honey, fame's fleeting." Meanwhile, Elena danced at fiestas, debated art, and lived openly. This compartmentalization preserved her family's sense of security while satisfying her personal desires. Yet the secrecy came at a cost. Over the years, her visits shortened, and she confided in Victor about feelings of guilt and anxiety. She loved her children but needed Elena to thrive. The delicate equilibrium defined Nancy's life, and she guarded it fiercely, hiding the vibrancy and passion of Elena from those she cherished most. Growing strains and hidden threats, by the 2000s and 10s, subtle cracks appeared. Victor recalled arguments and shorter trips as Nancy's health declined. The pandemic intensified her anxiety, trapping her in Tucson and forcing her to communicate with Victor over encrypted apps. Post-pandemic, visits resumed but remained brief. Financial anomalies surfaced, Irregular transfers between her Tucson and Santa Fe accounts, including a $5,000 December 2025 wire to an unknown account in Mexico. The FBI suspects blackmail. Someone may have discovered her secret, perhaps a rival in Santa Fe or an observant Tucson neighbor. The locked box containing letters and photos was missing, raising fears of exposure and forcing investigators to consider foul play linked to her double life. The impact on family. The revelation shocked Savannah, Annie, and Cam. The FBI's disclosure of Victor's full statement on February 9th left Savannah visibly shaken. She admitted privately that, while she understood her mother's choices, the knowledge of a hidden life hurt. Annie and Cam were equally stunned. Nancy's double identity explained both her strength and her distance as a mother. She had given everything to her family, yet reserved this secret for herself. The emotional toll of her hidden existence, combined with decades of careful deception, made the family's grief more complex, blending admiration, anger, and confusion over a mother they thought they knew fully. Public reaction and media frenzy. Fans and observers quickly reacted to the story. The revelation of a secret lover and double life sparked speculation online, with some suggesting blackmail or jealousy as motives. Meanwhile, Victor's gallery became a center of public attention. Locals shared memories of Elena's kindness, including free art classes and quiet generosity. Victor temporarily closed the gallery, overwhelmed by reporters and well-wishers alike. The story of Nancy's secret life captured the imagination of the public, who grappled with the image of a devoted mother alongside that of a passionate, creative woman living a hidden parallel existence for 3 decades. Investigative leads. Authorities are pursuing multiple angles. They are tracing the Mexico wire, interviewing Santa Fe associates, and canvassing Tucson neighbors for sightings of Elena. A surge of tips mentions a mysterious man near Nancy's Tucson home weeks before her disappearance. Investigators believe that the vanishing may have been personal rather than random, linked to exposure of her double life. The FBI is considering blackmail, rivalry, and opportunistic abduction as potential motives. Every detail from letters to financial irregularities is scrutinized to reconstruct the risks Nancy faced in juggling 2 worlds while remaining unseen by those she loved. The legacy of 2 lives. Nancy's story illustrates the tension between duty and desire, responsibility and self-expression. For 30 years, she juggled Tucson obligations with Santa Fe freedom, crafting identities that satisfied different aspects of her soul. Yet the price was immense: anxiety, secrecy, and physical strain. Her family benefited from her dedication, but remained unaware of her sacrifices and hidden passions. Elena was a form of rebellion against loneliness, a chance to embrace creativity and love outside the constraints of widowhood. The unraveling of her double life highlights the complexity of human identity, the necessity of private fulfillment, and the fragility of carefully maintained secrets. Conclusion: searching for answers. As Nancy Guthrie remains missing, her story continues to unfold. The FBI's investigation, the public fascination with Elena, and the family's emotional turmoil intersect in a narrative of love, secrecy, and risk. What began as a devoted mother's life in Tucson revealed decades of hidden passions and parallel existence. Questions remain. Was her disappearance due to jealousy, blackmail, or an attempt to escape? The answers may redefine how her family and the public understand her legacy. Nancy's dual life, though concealed for decades, serves as a testament to resilience, secrecy, and the human need for self-discovery.